What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brooklyn Net back with another video for you guys, and today we got a brand new video, and it's about the Chicago Bulls. So let's get right into this. So the way I'm going to talk about this whole Chicago Bulls situation is just go by each report and just talk about it like that. So okay, let's do this. So the first report to start all this today was from Shams, and he said developing NBA teams are probing the availability of Bulls two-time All-Star Zach LaVine, and there's increased openness from both sides about exploring a trade. Sources say. So pretty much this is the beginning of the end for the Chicago Bulls. That's why I'm titling the video something along the lines of the Chicago Bulls are finally doing this, which was finally rebuilding, man. Finally blowing this team up, bro. Because this team did not work from the start, bro. And also, it didn't even get a fair shot to begin with because of Lonzo, right? He was one of the key pieces that they signed that offseason a few years ago. And yeah, we know what happened to Lonzo, so that's unfortunate, man. Wishing him, speedy recovery, I guess. Because yeah, we don't even know if he'll ever play again, which is sad. But yeah, and Lonzo would have been huge for them, bro. When he was playing, he was actually so good for them. But yeah, besides the point, this team has not worked. You can even see it this year, especially. Yeah, it's just they're very mid, to say it best. Yeah, but this is bound to happen eventually. We just don't know when. The Bulls are trying to stretch this out the front office for as long as possible. They should have done this years ago, like 2 years ago, like a while ago, you know what I mean? But yeah, and the fact that it's a mutual, that's I find it a little interesting. That both sides are open to it, right? So that means that even LaVine knows, it's kind of this team's kind of dead. At least what's going on with it right now. So also that means they're gonna rebuild most likely, because when you're a trainer star player, bro, it's over. That pretty much saying, yeah, I'm kind of that kind of means you're just kind of waving the white flag in, and just starting from scratch now. Because yeah, so also that probably means DeMar, pretty much everyone's open. Everyone's on the trade block pretty much. So that's interesting. And one of the first places you think of is probably Philly, but honestly, I don't think Philly's that good of a fit anymore, especially with the Tyrese Maxey now just going off. Yeah, I don't know now. I honestly wouldn't do that if I was Philly. I feel like that would hurt them more because the depth that they got from the Harden trade, it's helping them. And we'll go over a report today that kind of falls up about that. But yeah, obviously numerous teams would be interested in LaVine because he's still a good player. I think he's a little overrated, but that's personally just me. And the next report was that the Chicago Bulls could be on the verge of blowing up, right? This is what I'm talking about. This is like the beginning of the end. The quote says, "One league source told me this week the Bulls won't have the same roster in a month. Chicago feels imminent, and change feels imminent in Chicago." Yeah, this, like I said, this should have happened like years ago, man. Years ago, like 2 seasons ago. I'm glad it's finally happening now, but it's a little weird time to do it now. But better than never. It's interesting that it says in a month. So, hey, up to a month, this whole team could be gone, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the NBA moves fast. So like this trade could literally happen in the next few days, for all we know, right? Hell, even tomorrow. I don't even know. But that's how fast the NBA moves. So that means, okay, well, right here pretty much confirms that the team's getting obviously rebuilding. That's what we suspected. And one of the key persons that a low key one would be Patrick Williams. What the Chicago Bulls decide to do with him, right? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. They might trade him, might not. Like he's young, but I don't know. Like I don't know, because if they're gonna rebuild, they maybe just want completely fresh start, trading everyone away, even if they have like some young players like him and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, but he's averaging 6.1 points, 6.3 on 6.3 field goal attempts, 1.3 assists with 1.0 turnovers, 33% from the field and 28.6% from three. And there's a little prompt here saying, does the former number 4 pick need to change scenery? Yeah, I feel like the Bulls didn't utilize him as best as they could. But that's partially just due to like the amount of like other players that are like above him in the pecking order. Because I feel like he could honestly be like another like OG Anunoby. I feel like he has that type of potential. But I don't know, that's just me. I know a few seasons ago, I wanted him on the Raptors real bad. And I think there's something like that. Like we could have gotten him or something. I don't remember. But I know I really liked his game a few years ago. And then he got injured, I think. And then, yeah, that's all I really remember. But I don't really know. I don't know if they'll trade him or not. We'll see. But if he is on the trade block, a lot of teams are going to be wanting him. because there's a lot of potential here. You can get him for low too, probably for cheap. Pretty much it says, quote, "I'm told Sixers like the depth they have, and the Bulls' high salary players may not be a fit." So this is pretty much saying that the Sixers, right, because the rumor was that the Sixers wanted to, pretty much when they did that trade of Harden, getting all those role players and opening up some salary cap, was pretty much just to, get like a third star player. Like either the rumors were Zach LaVine, which, now we see, he's on the trade block, right? They're trying to get rid of him pretty much, right? And the other one was OG Anunoby. So OG would also fit better, but LaVine would be the more like, I don't know, cooler one, say. Because, he's more explosive. He averages more points, right? He's like a scorer. That's why. But not Tyrese Maxey, bro. Just going off. It's, honestly, I don't think it makes sense. I feel like it'd be a detriment. And we see how these big threes go, bro. These big threes don't work either. So that's another thing on top of it. I feel like it would just hurt Tyrese Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey's cooking, bro. I would rather have Tyrese Maxey than Zach LaVine. Okay, that's just me. And obviously, if you get LaVine, it's going to impact Maxey. So, yeah. I wouldn't do this. And also, like it says here, the Sixers are pretty much saying they like the players that got back from that deal for Harden. And they pretty much just want to keep those players with depth, right? Because if you want to trade for LaVine, you have to give up some, you have to give up a lot of players, obviously. And yeah, the Sixers probably don't want to do that because for obvious reasons. Because in the playoffs, it comes down to depth and stuff like that, right? Obviously, you got your best players, expecting them to show up each game, and then from there, it depends all on the type of players you have around them. And in the playoffs, if you don't have good quality role players around you, you're going to get exposed. Simple as that. So, yeah. And another thing is Zach LaVine, like it says here, the Bulls' high salary players may not be a fit. Zach LaVine also has like a big contract, obviously. What was it? He's in the second year of his $215 million contract. So that's another thing. Yeah, that's not gonna lie, that's kind of a bad deal. But besides the point, I'm not the biggest LaVine fan, so that's just my point of view. But yeah, I'm glad the Sixers are probably not gonna do this deal. Most likely they'll probably be interested still trying to get him for the cheap, but that's not gonna happen. Come on. And the next report is that DeMar DeRozan wants to see where the team goes before committing to a new contract for Chicago. And this is following up from another thing Sham said, pretty much saying that this is a while ago too, but he kind of like, talked about it again, doubling down on it, saying that the Bulls and DeRozan are still far apart on a contract extension. And that makes sense considering that, honestly, the Bulls don't even know what they're doing, bro. The Bulls don't even know what they're doing. And DeMar, obviously, he wants to maximize. This is probably his last big contract, so he wants to maximize that too. And also, he wants to see where, like it says here, where the team's going. So that makes sense. And if I'm the Bulls, bro, I don't even want to extend him, bro. I'm trying to get rid of him, if anything, right? Why would you extend him? Bro, you're trying to, blow his team up, bro. You're trying to rebuild this now with the LaVine report, right? Because, bro, what's the point of trading LaVine and then keeping DeMar, bro? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? And same goes with Vucevic, right, bro? Like, and all the other veterans you have on the team and stuff. Pretty much the whole team. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. And then Zach LaVine, this next one's saying, Zach LaVine is confident Chicago still turn the season around. I don't know about that. Each year it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, I don't know about that. This kind of seems like cap, but I don't know. Because if both sides are like open and trying to find him a new home, I don't know why. I don't know about this report. It doesn't really make much sense. Yeah, and we've already seen this past few years. It's not turning around, bro. It's the same thing each season. And the next report is that the Miami Heat, Los Angeles Lakers, and Philadelphia 76ers are expected to consider a trade for Zach LaVine, right? The key thing here is expected to consider. Obviously, the Lakers are always in the mix. We talked about 76ers. They were like the rumor team recently. And then the Heat also are usually in the conversation as well. And yeah, they need a scorer. They got Tyler Hero, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if they believe in him that much. Because if they're saying if this report is true, that's saying that the Heat are interested in LaVine, that means they're still trying to look for another scorer. I guess a legitimate scorer. I don't know. I don't know what that means about what the Heat think about Tyler Hero right now, his scoring, because he's having a pretty good season, right? And then he got hurt, which is unfortunate. But yeah, Bam's playing pretty good. Besides the point, some teams here we're gonna see, and then we're gonna see other teams emerge. But most likely, we're gonna see some random team just pop out of nowhere and just snag LaVine. And then that's all I gotta really say about that. Vucevic, I think there's another thing I saw today that was about the Bulls' frustration with the offense of the team, right? Because their offense is pretty bad. When honestly, there's I don't know, it shouldn't be as bad, but it just is, right? On paper, they have good players and stuff that should work well, but yeah, it just really doesn't. And then but the frustration with the offense was talked about, I guess, kind of like in a meeting, and that was led by like all Bulls players felt like that, but Vucevic was one who kind of just was like the leader, the one who was speaking for everyone. Um, yeah, so obviously everyone on the Bulls is probably in the trade block. Obviously, if you're trying to get rid of LaVine, that signifies rebuild, because why wouldn't you otherwise, bro? But in Bulls fashion, I can kind of see them just like trading freaking Zach LaVine and then still having DeRozan and Vucevic, bro, and everyone else. But another interesting player I thought of, Alex Caruso, right? A really good two-way guard. Any team would want him, to be honest. I kind of want him on the Raptors, bro. He cooks us. Each time he faces us, bro, he actually cooks us. It's actually ridiculous. But yeah, that's another person. And the last bit of news, some sad news, because there's 2 injuries. The first one being Steph Curry. So earlier today, he was ruled out of tonight's game against Timberwolves due to knee soreness. And later on, we found out that he has a sprain in his right knee, and is undergoing further evaluations to confirm the injury and the exact timetable. But luckily, he's not expected to miss much time. And obviously, that's good. Never want a player to be out for, really at all injured, right? You never want them to be injured, but especially for a long time. So, dodged a bullet there, which is good. But also, the other reason is because, bro, without Curry, the Warriors are nothing, especially this year, bro. I'm pretty sure, like I mentioned this yesterday, like Dario Saric is like the only other player to score like 20 points for the Warriors this season, besides Curry. Curry's just hard carrying them, bro, and they can't even, bro. He's like their only shooter right now, bro. The rest of the team cannot shoot. Like, it's bad, bro. It's bad. Wiggins is having a really bad year. CP3 cannot shoot at all. He's shooting like 16% from 3, and like, yeah, the rest of the team is just how it is. So yeah, luckily good for the Warriors. He'll be back, bro. Curry's been cooking this year, like usual each year. He's cooking. So that's good news that he won't be out for a long time. Really, anytime at all. And the next news, sad news, bro. One of my favorite players, Ben Simmons, of the Brooklyn Nets, has been diagnosed with nerve irritation on the lower left side of his body and will miss some time. According to his agent, Simmons has missed the past 3 games. Yeah. So when I saw he was missing some games to begin with, right? So I have him in my fantasy team and stuff, and like I'm a huge fan of Ben. That's another thing. But yeah. So I had him in my fantasy and stuff like that, and then like he was going off, bro. Start season, he was doing really, really good. We're seeing him, getting his reps and getting back to form slowly. He was having like those games where he's getting like 10, 8, and like 8 and stuff like that, right? So we were seeing that, and then he started slowing down a bit, and then he stopped, playing some games, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of weird. I'm like, there's gotta be a reason for it, and I was hoping it wasn't because like the nerve situation which he's having like last season, and then it turned out, now we know it is that, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping he like gets it sorted relatively quick and stuff, and then it's back on the court, not just because of my fantasy thing, just because I'm a fan of him. I want to see him thrive. I want to see him prove the haters wrong, because bro, people been talking mad smack about him. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, he's been, like, when he was playing now, he was, like, doing actually, like, really good. He was helping the Nets, win games and stuff. He was contributing, bro. He was, getting back to form. And then people are actually vicious, bro. They're really making fun of this man for getting injured and, like, saying, like, bro, like, W's and stuff. Like, this man is irritating me and stuff. And, like, bro, they're saying ridiculous out-of-pocket stuff, bro. Like, the guy's, like, injured, bro. Like, why are you preying on people's downfalls? And, like, I'm not gonna lie, this stuff gets me kind of triggered, but besides the point. Yeah, hopefully everything is good with you, Ben, man. I'm rooting for you. Yeah, and that's it for the video. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.